Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Welcome to our Biretix and Iraltone brand update, the last one of the year. So, hope you're all well, and it's always a pleasure being with you this afternoon for you. Today, at this brand update, we're gonna review some of the main topics that we saw during the last IPM, the partners meeting back in Santander in June. So as the agenda today, if we go on through the next slide, we're gonna review some of the main topics of Biretix. It's gonna be, we have here with us Sabrine, brand manager of Biretix and Iraltone, who's gonna explain us some of the, as I was mentioning, the main topics that we discussed together at the last IPM. So Sabrine, good morning, good afternoon, how are you?
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon for Asia, and welcome to this session.
So what are the topics we're going to review today, Sabrine?
Well, today we will have like a small review about Biretix, and also I will just show you 1 second. Here, the importance of acne in dermocosmetics and why it is important to choose the right dermocosmetic in acne, principally in acne, and then why Biretix is the ally for a successful therapy. Okay, and then we will review again some protocols to combine some products in the range to optimize all the therapy with or without drugs. And then we will pass to Iraltone, where also we will see the importance of cosmetics and why are important, especially in hair loss. And you will see that principally two-thirds parts of the market is about dermocosmetics when we treat the hair loss. And then we will present you our new launch, which is Iraltone anti-hair loss lotion, and how to use it combining protocols. Okay.
Perfect. Should we start?
Whenever you want. So ready? So we go. I will just minimize here, and feel free to ask any question when we finish each one of the blocks. Okay. So I will start. Here you have, first of all, the brand update of Biretix. And we will just review some points very important to know that the overview in market acne is that you have some typology of products who are very specialized in acne. And basically, acne represents 12% of all the dermocosmetic face care market. First of all, we have anti-aging, and then some emollients, and then acne, which is the second one, because it's the same percentage, the second and third one, as face care importance. Okay. And then in prescription, you have that acne is in the top 3, just after dermatitis and other dermatitis, atopic dermatitis and other dermatitis. And it is very important in prescription because at the end, it is very recurrent as a consultation in dermatology. So when we go to prescription, basically, if you have mild to moderate and severe acne, the doctor, or in this case, the dermatologist, will prescribe you some topical drugs or oral drugs, depending on the severity on your acne. And certainly it will combine the treatment with other emollients, some hygiene products, some coadjuvants, and sometimes also some oral products. And you see that in the 90% of the cases, they will recommend you some adjuvants. Okay. So at the end, this combination of drugs and also dermocosmetics is very important. Let's see it in numbers. Here, the prevalence, you have some typologies of patients who are very different. Basically, the most of the patients who are teenagers or preteens could suffer from acne in the 80 to 90% of the cases. So here you have a pattern which is very recurrent in childhood, teenager, just pre-adulthood. And then also sometimes in the prevalence can be also Not necessarily someone who has acne in the teen phase will have it also in adulthood, but some women still remain having acne, and generally they have like a pattern because they can be smoker, not really related to juvenile acne or vulgaris acne. For diet, if they have hormonal problems, like for example polycystic ovary syndrome, and some other alteration of hormonal like insulin and so, and genetics, it is very important also. And also the prevalence will increase due to effects of COVID, even if COVID almost passed, thank God. But it's also bringing some sensitivity for all the masks we are wearing. So I'll present you here Sophie, Charisse, and Catherine, who are three girls who are very cheerful, very joyful, but with some teenagers problems. So Sophie, I present her. It's very demanding with herself. She wants to become a doctor. And basically, she's very active, proactive, doing extracurricular activities, and also taking care with her little sister. And she feels sometimes overwhelmed in stress and for her active life. And sometimes you can see her face affected by some comedons and some other inflammatory comedons. And for example, you can see it very well in exam periods, okay? Her friend Catherine, she makes reels on TikTok because she wants to become famous in social media. And basically, she's very concerned about her appearance, but she has a sensitive skin, and sometimes when she goes outside and she's here doing her performance, she can suffer from some sensitiveness and also having some acne and also some greasy face, especially in the forehead and the T-zone. Okay. And the funniest of the group is Charisse, and she's the unconditional friend, but she wants to become an engineer and environmental engineer. She spends her free time collaborating with NGO because she wants to fight against all the garbage in nature. She suffers from severe acne, and it makes her feel sometimes uncomfortable and very in continuous conflict with herself because she suffers from a lack of self-esteem or self-confidence due to this acne. So how to seek for an acne solution? Basically, these three girls are very different and they have several problems in the acne area, but they need a different solution. So basically, the teenagers will rely on social media, searching for some testimonials, also some influencers who they see themselves reflected in them, some TikToks or Reels to find the solution. They will also seek for tutorials and try out products in YouTube, and they will search directly on Google search and other review motors some solutions. And also they can rely on personal friends or people who are very intimate to them, like family, for example, before going to the dermatology. But the family is very important here, especially the mom, because they will contact the kids, in this case, to the dermatologist or to the pharmacist, okay? So it is important to associate all this universe and know exactly where to find the solution. So the therapeutic approach will be depending on the severity and the impact of the acne. And they will search also to have a combination of dermocosmetics, as I said, and also combined with drugs. And depending on the severity of the acne, we will search for topical antibiotics and to isotretinoin, an oral drug, to have the best solution for each case. So when you will see the data market overview of acne treatment, you can see that the topical and oral drugs are so important than the dermocosmetic ones. And the drugs represent 46% of the market, and the dermocosmetic, they will represent 54%, okay, in the pharma channel. And so it is very important to know that the complementary dermocosmetics are key in medical prescription, okay? And in the dermocosmetic, you can see also there is like a 50-50 also treatment parity, where you can see the cleansers are very important and the treatments and adjuvants also. So when we see the market in detail, you can see that the cleansers, all the cleansing is very important, and the cleansers are the reference most important one into the cleansing segment. They represent almost 75% of all the segment. And in treatment and adjuvants, while we are searching for some emollients, and basically especially some ones very targeting anti-imperfections and also hydrating. So all the mattifying, hydrating, and calming and repair products represent, if we combine them all together, 50% of all the markets. So you see that at the end, these are the attributes or targeting all the segment of emollients and hydration. Okay, and these are the percentages. So moisturizing, as you saw, is very important in medical acne treatment algorithms, and they will very help the prescriptors to combine and get better solution for the acne treatment. So for key successful therapy, the dermatologist will prescribe in moderate and severe, and also scars and hyperpigmentation lesions, secondary lesions, to avoid in some measures to have a secondary scars due to acne. And the pharmacist will dispense the acne treatment, will recommend also some topical products for hygiene and treatment protocols, and you will maybe do some cross-selling in the point of sales and help to awareness. So they can be also some kind of prescribers in mild acne, okay? So they play a vital role also for optimal treatment. And why Biretix is very important and brings a good solution for acne. Because we are celebrating, as we celebrate life, celebrating the youthful skin, and Biretix is the retinoid-based brand that offers all the most effective non-pharmacological monotherapy treatment for acne-prone skin and mild to moderate acne, and it is also the complementary dermocosmetic solution for all the pharmacological treatments. As you know, we have here our retin sphere technology, which is proper to Cantabria Labs, and also biopeptide. So just to sum up the brand architecture, you see that we have three basically segments. One, to purify, because hygiene, we say that it is very important. And then one, to treat. And here we have three ranges of products where we can treat to mild to moderate acne, and combined or not with the drugs, depending on the severity of acne. And then the segment of care, which are adjuvants for emollients and hydration to oily conditioned skin. So this is the range of the products, as I think all of you already know that. Okay, so we will enter just in detail to know that in awareness and prescription, you see that here, for example, in Spain, and we have the same data for example, Italy and Portugal, that Cantabria Labs is really leading the awareness as product association. When you ask a dermatologist to tell you spontaneously to name you some laboratories, they will name you La Roche-Posay in 82% of the cases, and 78, for example, the cases. But in a matter of prescription, we will have a better conversion, because you see we convert in the 78%, 36% of the preference is for Cantabria Labs. So we are leading in the 40% in case of acne, the preferred laboratory in acne prescription. So this is why Biretix, we consider it is very important for the non-pharmacological and also combined treatment for acne, because at the end we have a cleanser, we have a duo, a triactive and gel and also spray for all the therapy, monotherapy or combination. And hydrating, we have Hydramat and Isol Repair. That very intuitive and comprehensive range that have easily association the need with the product solution. So the benefit for users is that we will have very as I said, intuitive and also very easy patterns to combine products and have the best solution for cleansing, treating, and also hydrating, and have a good routine. And then, for example, Sophie, who will seek for solution in the pharmacy, dermatology, and also online, she will have to, for example, have the best solution. In the case of her, she needs a solution in the cases when she has like an acute inflammatory lesion, which are the comedones. And what she will see is that at the end, combining the Triactive with the Triactive spray, she could have her therapy in monotherapy for mild to moderate acne, and combining it also, for example, Triactive by night and Hydramat in the morning, she could have a good solution for her skin. Of course, in any cases, previously cleansing before and the skin to adapt the product after. In the case of Therese, she will make reels and she will be more self-confident if she had, for example, the greasy, oily skin, very controlled with only duo, because it's for the oily to mild, moderate, to mild acne skin. And she will have her solution combining the duo, for example, with Hydramat. And if she goes to the doctor, he will probably recommend her this solution. And for Sophie, the funniest of the group, certainly if she goes to the pharmacy, they will recommend her the cleanser. And if she goes to the doctor, he will recommend her to go for a drug solution, because she has comedones and she is very suffering from severe acne. So she will have to have the therapeutic approach with some antibiotics or in her case isotretinoin, which is the first line of treatment. And to compensate all the functional barrier which can be damaged by isotretinoin, we recommend to use Isol Repair. Okay. So just for to make the difference between Hydramat and Isol Repair, you know that Hydramat it's a solution for hydrating and mattifying skin when the skin barrier is not damaged. I mean, you just need an emollient for suitable for acne-prone skin. So you will have the triple effect with hydration, mattification, and also pigment control, because you have aceclare also in the and tranexamic acid in the formula that will help also for hyperpigmentation, inflammatory lesions. And it is also suitable for sensitive skin. So at the end, you provide the everyday hydration. And for Isol Repair, it is one need to combine it for acne treatment with isotretinoin, topical or oral one, because it restores the barrier function, and this is repairing the skin, because it also provides relief and comfort, because this dryness and tightness you can suffer from taking isotretinoin. It helps to avoid it and improve it. So it will help also to have a better adherence to retinol treatments. Okay. So at the end, in the Excellence in Acne journey, you will see that we can at the end search for a solution in many channels at the end, because we live in an omni-channel and a digital world. So basically, what we have to combine and really connect at the dots at some point is that whenever you seek your solution, you will end up, depending on the severity of acne, searching for a prescription, an advice for pharmacists, or a consumer decision when you are on TikTok or YouTube or whatever social media channel. And what we search from Cantabria Lab position is to convert this funnel of decision in the best treatment for each one of the types of a patient we can have in acne global therapy, and bring a very good solution for all of them. Okay, so if we do it like an acne journey a map, you can see that at the end we can have a solution in our website when we are like the product info and so. And also if you search for Google online or in social media, you will see some other awareness impacts to consider then the products, and at the end activate all the engagement and purchase funnel at the end, and bring also loyalty, because if you try on the products and it works, you will certainly also recommend it and have a word of mouth with your friends and relatives, as we saw at the first of the slides, that at the end you recommend. Okay, so any questions, doubts?
Thank you very much, Sabrine. Thank you very much. Everything is, I think, really well explained. And for you, we always encourage you that in case you have any kind of doubt, please don't hesitate just to open your microphone, same as last time, or even just write down any question you may have into the chat box. And of course, we are always at your disposal, right, to any further information you may need. But now, like having a chance to having Sabrine here with us, it's always a great opportunity to go deep in any topics you may need. So Sabrine, if there are no questions, it's because everything is really clear. So should we carry on with Iraltone?
Yes. So if there are no questions about Biretix, let's proceed to continue with the Iraltone. So I will minimize again. And here we are presenting Iraltone and all the novelties we have, and why is it very important to have a good dermocosmetic in hair loss treatment. We will focus this time in hair loss. You know that we have also another part of the range of Iraltone dedicated to all the dermatitis, seborrheic dermatitis. But in this case, we will go to focus in hair loss. So basically, we have to distinguish between two things when we talk about hair or hair care or hair loss and so, because we have the first part is all the aspirational hair beauty, where you want to style your hair, you have a good hair, healthy hair, let's say it this way, and you have just to upgrade the beauty of your hair. So we can assume that you don't have a special need to improve some part of your hair care. And then you have some other problems when you are diagnosed hair loss, for example, or you have also hair that doesn't growing very well. You have changes in density, you have lack of vitality, vitalized hair, and then you can suffer from wasting density of hair, and also you can be diagnosed later on hair loss. So at the end, hair loss can seriously affect the self-esteem, causing depression, and this is very proven also by papers that the broad spectrum of possibilities of diagnosing this disease and changes in density and so can directly affect the quality of life, because you can see that your appearance is not reflecting what you want to show, and so it can be an emotional burden. Okay, so psychotrichology is a term that we are exploring and talking more and more about it, and it is advocating that in the approach of all the hair loss therapy, we can have like not only drugs but also other products that can help improving this hair loss therapy. And then you can have some self-care routines that can improve the scalp and hair condition. Okay, so just to note that there are so many factors that can alter the scalp and hair condition, and basically they are very well known. You have the environmental pollution, the tobacco, the drugs, sometimes the genetic metabolic diseases, the sun also, and some diet and nutritional alteration and emotional stress. You know that in this later years, 2 years, during COVID, so many people suffered from stress and also reported to have anxiety and depression. It was hard to live in this pandemic for some people. For everybody in general, but from some people, most of them. So in the survey, you can see that so many people in many countries suffered from mental depression and have some burdens in mental. And you know that, as we said, stress and continuous stress can generate hair loss. And it's one of the most visible manifestations of, at the end, your reflection. And this is one of the posters that we proved that at the end, during all the correlation between COVID-19 and hair loss, it has been proven in this paper we conducted with some very important dermatologists here in Spain, where you can see there is a direct correlation between COVID and also patterns of hair loss like androgenetic alopecia and also telogen effluve. So basically at the end, because we are living in the era of social media and we really bring a very important importance to appearance, more and more people are concerned about hair loss, and they want to prevent the most of possible way to lose the hair. So they seek for advice and seeking for a trichology prescriptor or dermatologist specialized in trichology, and they seek for a solution, and they know that maybe preventing they will lose in a slow way, if it's androgenetic pattern, the hair. So when we see a glance of prescription, you can see that when we seek a solution for a trichologist, we basically go for 3 reasons: for hair loss in androgenetic patterns or effluvium patterns, and then also for scalp alteration, for example, persistent dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis, oily scalp, sensitive scalp also, and sometimes to prevent all this, I was talking about psychotrichology, hair aging, weak and damaged hair, and so you can also seek for an approach and get better the way it looks, the devitalized hair. So you can see the category of hair care. If we say see it or split it in all we saw that the concerned consultation in dermatology, you see that in alopecia, you have mainly 50% of the drugs are part of this treatment, but you see that the 20% is about oral food in alopecia. And then the dermocosmetic representing 65% of this solution. That means that at the end, all the part of dermocosmetics is very important to compile and bring a solution in a 360 way. So being part of this market or covering this market is very important from Cantabria Labs and other, of course, laboratories, because it is very important. It helps in maintenance and also to avoid a persistent continuous treatment, I would say. So you see here that 2 to 3 parts of the potential hair care category is represented by dermocosmetics, which is very important to easily guide the dermatologist, the pharmacist, and also the user. When we enter in the hair care category, you see in hair loss that at the end, when we seek for products, you have some ones who are very specific for hair loss, and others who are food supplements, and shampoos are very also important. And they represent almost the 90% of all the markets. So you see that at the end in the pharmacy channel, They are very important, these three categories, and they basically cover all the needs people will seek in the pharmacy. And when we see the insight in lotions, you see that it is important to see that the 0.5% of the market will be represented by lotions with minoxidil, which is a drug, and the other 0.5% will be represented by lotions who are more cosmetics. So the cosmetics lotion can be recommended in pharmacy treatment and also for doctors, and it can be also combined with drugs. So it is very important. And also, for example, in many countries, maybe it is more maybe difficult to license some drugs. So the lotion in cosmetics is very important also to include in the portfolio. And then also, in this way, we can have an offer and break solution, which is in a 360 approach treatment, and also bringing this psychotrichology approach. So in hair loss patterns, you can have the male and also female androgenetic patterns, which is chronic, I would say. And most of the cases that you will supplement them with minoxidil drugs and complement with food supplement and dermocosmetics like shampoos and lotions. And then also in telogen effluvium, which is a more, I would say, acute, you will have a food supplement, a dermocosmetic, maybe PRP with the doctors, and not very often they can also recommend minoxidil in low doses. So at the end, drugs combined with food supplements and dermocosmetics are a standard protocol for hair loss in dermatology prescription. You see that at the end, this triad is very important. You see, and at the end, the drugs are important, but also the food supplement and lotions and shampoos also. So physician recommendation at the end, it is a 360 approach to bring a multifunctional approach in drugs combined with food supplement and dermocosmetics, and 9 out of 10 of dermatologists, I mean the 90% of them, they usually recommend food supplement. And when you ask them why the reason, they will tell you because of the efficacy, the good results, and this to cover this psychotrichology. I mean, when a patient goes to the dermatology, he seeks for a solution, and he is really suffering for hair loss, and he wants to have the best solution. So the most you, not the most you give him, but the best solution you give him with the oral solution, with the combining the drug and also the best dermocosmetic for the hair maintenance, it will comfort them. Here in Spain, we are #1 in prescription and also in sellout in food supplements. And Iraltone is very well-known brand that covers all the needs that need the drug, the pharmacy, the prescription, and also the user. So Iraltone is the brand in Cantabria Labs, very based in improvement of hair loss and scalp alterations or conditions. It is based on science and innovation for hair and scalp care and endorsed by trichologists to bring the best solution, in and out solution one, for monotherapy care, and also as best complementary solution in food supplement and also medical treatments in a 360 degrees approach, therapy approach with drugs. So this is why I'm talking all the time about the triad, because at the end you have in a part the drug prescription, for example, with minoxidil, finasteride, dutasteride, and other ones, or biologic ones, and then combining with food supplement and the convenient dermocosmetics with shampoos and lotions. So this is the range, the brand architecture. We have the first one in hair loss, very based in hair loss for all the androgenetic, to help improve all the androgenetic patterns and also chronic ones in effluvium. And then also we are launching right now Iraltone lotion that I will present you today. And then you have the part of scalp alteration with an Iraltone exfoliating shampoo, sebo normalizing one, and also with seborrheic dermatitis shampoo. Okay, so here you have the more in detail the food supplement and all the vitamins and minerals. They are in the formulas, and you say that in the case of AGA, we have some food supplement very based to improve hair density, and also the pumpkin seed, which have a proven efficacy against 5-alpha reductase, which are very implicated in the miniaturization of the hair, and also to reduce the hair cycle, and at the end the losing the hair. And then you have the Iraltone 40, which is very also focused, targeting the fluvium problems, which are more acute. And this nutritional supplement is for acute hair loss, fragility, and hair and nails. Okay, to get more stronger and vitalized hair. So to combine it, we have a range of shampoos, which is on the first side, Iraltone Fortifying Shampoo, which has caffeine, which will help improving the energy, I would say, of hair. And then also trichonurgicin and keratin complex, which are constituent and help a complete formula to stimulate hair and reinforce the growth of the shaft. Okay, and then a sebum normalizing shampoo. It is to normalize the sebum production and minimize it to have less greasy hair and improve oily scalp and purify, of course, the scalp. And then for Iraltone SD shampoo, it will help reducing the dandruff, the itching, and also redness, which are very present when you suffer from seborrheic dermatitis. And now I'll present you the new launch, finally, where we have the new Iraltone anti-hair loss lotion, and this is our new presentation. So I'll show you the video. So this is the new Iraltone anti-hair loss lotion. I hope you liked it, and it would be very useful to introduce it in your portfolio. So it has a unique triple active formula that stimulates the hair growth in anagen stages, and also slows down all the phase of telogen phase of the hair loss. As you know, hair cycle has 3 stages, so we need to promote the anagen one to maintain the hair and shorten the most possible the telogen phases and the phase of where there is no growth. So it is a cutting-edge anti-hair lotion that help preventing the weakening hair, and also help to improve his vitality and density. So what we have in this formula, we have from a triple effect, so 3 important ingredients. In the first side, you have serinoid repens, which have a specific anti-alpha 5-alpha reductase activity that will help minimizing all the miniaturization of the follicle, and also improve all the factors involved in androgenetic alopecia. And then you have Wind complex, which is at the end complex, which help improving all the stimulation of the cells, embryonic cells, and helping improve the bulge to grow and restore the hair growth and prevent from hair loss and delay the transition of catagen phase. So it is helping to stimulate basically the Wind beta-catenina pathway. And then you have insulin growth factor like peptides will help also to promote the anagen phase and help stimulate the follicles in this phase. Okay. And antioxidants that will help also to reduce and delays all the initiation of catagen phase. So the benefits in telogen effluvium, you will help reducing all the acute hair loss. Okay, and in AGA, it will help in coadjuvancy with drugs to help chronic hair loss. Okay, and it's suitable for men and women, and you have a bottle with 100 milliliter, which is more a bigger recipient than all the other competitors who are very specialized in trichology. And you have an easy use spray nozzle, and you have also the part of all the weak and damaged and devitalized hair, which is also helping improving with this lotion. What is very important is that we developed it endorsed by the advice of trichologists, and all the ingredients have been very thought before formulating this formula for all the alopecia and aging processes. And what is very important in this formula, it is very light, so it's not need to rinse after use. So coming back to all the styling, for example, in women, and so you could use this formula by night and style your hair by the morning without washing, and it won't be any problem. And it doesn't even stain in the cloth in bedding. Okay, and for suitable reasons, sustainable reasons, also we chose to have a bottle of 100% recycled plastic. So I will share with you some information which can be very useful about application. I will not enter in detail, but you have here all the number of puffs you have in a bottle. So you have like 526, which is very technical, but I mean you have like that will lost depending on the use and the necessity, almost 1 month and a half to 2 months. Okay, and then I will share with you how to use this product and how many times and during how many periods. Okay, and to sum up, it is a very big market opportunity, because you see that 0.5% of all the lotions you can have minoxidil, and other 0.5% it is based on dermocosmetic lotion. So we have a great opportunity of markets to improve sales and so. And then you have a clear indication in hair loss, in weakened hair, in androgenetic patterns, and also in effluvium as a therapy. And it will help improving the density, the fragility, for example, in effluvium. And we complete, in this case, all the triangle of drugs, food supplement, and also dermocosmetics with shampoo and lotion, okay, to have all the combining treatment and the 360 therapy. And it can be also an alternative of minoxidil in cases where minoxidil is not well tolerated, gives some itching in the scalp. It can be helping to improve and as coadjuvancy when minoxidil is contraindicated. And it covers the needs of men and women. And this, as it is classified as a dermocosmetic, you won't need a prescription to have it in the shelves, okay? Or to recommend it, or to buy it, basically. Promote it in social media. So just for the launch, you have some materials we have been working on, that you have a product sheet of all the benefits, indication, composition of all the product, and some important data. And then you have also all the brand leaflet with all the protocols, also updated with the launch of the lotion. So you have here all the indication, the ingredients, and everything you need for like a useful and very easy treatment protocol. And then we have also some product pictures that you can find in Focus, where you can see all these ones, and you have some other ones. And we are working in other ones to have other pictures also to promote the product in social media. And so, and all for the point of sale and other materials, you have the key visual we are proposing here, with the triple activity of Iraltone lotion to stimulate hair growth and help controlling also the excess of hair loss. And very soon, and stay tuned, we will have a shooting for social media. And then also coming soon, we will have a flow chart of algorithm of decision in a prescription recommendation, where you can see all the cascade when you can use Iraltone lotion, and you will have it very soon as an additional material. And at the same time, we are working on a clinical trial combining Iraltone lotion and then Iraltone lotion with Iraltone Forte to see the improvement and to measure the composition of hair and improve all the improvement of hair loss. Okay. So just to sum up, you have here the treatment protocols and patterns. Then in acute telogen effluvium and damaged hair, you could use, for example, Iraltone Forte combined with Iraltone fortifying shampoo and Iraltone anti-hair loss lotion. And for chronic hair loss, for androgenetic patterns, you can use, for example, Iraltone Aga, and then Iraltone fortifying shampoo, the hair loss lotion, combined or not, depending of the prescription, with medical prescription drugs. If required, in general, it is required in AGA patterns. Okay. So in Iraltone, and just to sum up, we seek for a cutting-edge ingredient and technologies to help us improve the trichologist clinical recommendation and clinical practical treatment recommendation, and optimize all the individual hair therapy approach. Okay. So at the end, as I was saying, Iraltone is the science and innovation brand, very focused and comprehensive hair care. Okay. I will open again the microphones for any questions and possible answers, needs to want to resolve.
Thank you very much, Sabrine. Everything is really clear. Iraltone anti-hair loss lotion, our latest launch for Iraltone. I think it's a great product which will enhance the anti-hair loss protocols. It's going to be a must in every anti-hair loss routine. And also, as Sabrine was mentioning, we're going to have available lots of materials, activities, shooting, the new shooting, so that you can position the product and create new different content in social media, websites, a point of sale, or any kind of material you may need. Okay, so thank you very much, Sabrine. And just before ending the meeting, I would like to share with you on my screen for 1 second. As many of you may already know, last week we had Dr. Sergio Bañón, our first In Touch program for the 2022 with Dr. Sergio Bañón. Dr. Sergio Bañón is one of the most important KOL in Spain, here in Spain, a trichologist. He's a specialist in hair loss, and he's a really worldwide well-known doctor. And together with him, he presented us the new developments in treatment of alopecia. So many of you were already registered and could participate in the InTouch medical webinar. But for those who missed this really interesting webinar, we encourage you to go to this web page, to this link, this web page, so that you can have a look at this webinar and why it is so important. Well, at the end, Iraltone it's not just about the product, but it's also the science that comes along with it, with all the products and, well, all the science that Cantarell has, right? So it's really interesting also, not just Sergio Baño approach in all the alopecia treatments, but also the Q&A part, since there were really interesting questions that Dr. Sergio Baño answered to all of them. So from here, we really encourage you to have a look at this webinar and to get along with all the science that Iraltone has. Also, in the next marketing lab call, it's going to be by the end of November, we will be sharing with you the link so that you will be able to download the video, okay, and to share it with all of your doctors. And maybe it's also really useful for you in case you want to do like some mini videos for social media, for instance, or for training purposes. So from our side, we really encourage you to use all the materials that we propose you in order to help you position not just Iraltone, but also the Biretix brand. Okay, so that's all for today. And I hope everything is clear for you. Also, as we were saying before, we're always at your disposal for anything you may need. And thank you very much, Sabrine, for being here with us this morning, afternoon for you. And thank you for being sharing with us this afternoon. So thank you very much and have a nice rest of the day. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.